Hello, greetings, viewers and colleagues. My name is Samotete. For today's question, I would like to thank you for that question. It's a great one. The core component of a virtual machine and the foundation of virtualization consists of basically three parts. That is the host machine, the hypervisor, and then guest virtual machine itself. Okay, so with the core component of the virtual machine, the host machine is the physical server or the computer. Okay, it's the underlying hardware that provides all the resources such as the physical CPU, RAM, and storage. The hypervisor is the key piece of software that sits on top of the host machine, and its job is to create, run, and manage multiple virtual machines. It essentially acts as a traffic cop, locating the host physical resources to each of the guest virtual machine or guests. So the guest virtual machine is basically a software-based replica of the physical computer, and it's what the end users or application sees and interact with. Uh, Each guest virtual machine runs its operating system like Windows, Linux, or Mac OS, and thinks it has its dedicated hardware. The hypervisor makes this possible by creating virtualized versions of components like a virtual CPU, virtual RAM, a virtual hard disk, a virtual network interface card, that is NIC, and this means you can have a single physical server running multiple completely isolated operating systems simultaneously. So, uh, in leveraging virtualization in a business setting, virtualization is a transformative technology, and I will leverage it to um, in several key ways to improve efficiency, resilience, and security. So, firstly, server consolidation is a huge one. Instead of having dozens of individual physical servers, each running one application and sitting mostly idle, you can have or use virtualization to run multiple virtual servers on a single powerful physical host. So this dramatically reduces hardware cost, power consumption, and physical space requirements. So for example, uh, sorry, I've seen companies go from a full rack of servers to just a couple of physical hosts, thereby saving thousands of dollars in operating expenses. Secondly, for disaster recovery and business continuity, virtualization is a game changer. Uh, uh, yes, and virtual machines can be easily backed up and restored. If a physical server fails, you can quickly restore the virtual machines on a different host. Furthermore, you can use virtualization to create a replicas of your production environment in a remote location. So if a disaster affects your primary data center, you can fall over, sorry, yes, you can fail over to the replica with minimal downtime. And finally, I would use virtualization for development and testing environment. Creating a physical server for every project is slow and very expensive. But with virtualization, you can spin up a new virtual server in minutes, which allows developers to test applications in a safe, isolated sandbox without the risk of affecting a live production system. It also speeds up the development lifecycle and ensures greater sorry, stability when new software is deployed. So, in conclusion, I would like to summarize that virtualization is much more than just a cost saving measure. It's also a strategic tool that I personally will use to consolidate our hardware, build a more resilient and fault tolerant infrastructure, and accelerate our development and testing cycle to drive business innovation. Thank you once again, viewers, for your time. See you.